today's video, I would like to look at the Bitcoin chart on a higher time frame scale and look at where we are at right now, what we could be expecting in the future. So first thing, I will start at the weekly, where we can actually see much more data, I would say. First thing, the level we are at the moment. So let's look again at this point where we had a liquidity above these highs and we saw that it was beautifully taken, and then we saw a nice reaction before we took another liquidity below these lows, and we just continue to the upside, right? So now we have liquidity above these highs. So those were taken. We didn't really see that great reaction, but it could still be some kind of failed auction above, getting back below. But for me, it's really hard to measure at the moment. So I just wanted to tell you that it was over there. But one thing that we should definitely look at is the zone, actually, where we are at and now. So we have this high, we have this high, we saw reactions over here too, plus we have some alt reactions, right? We could take it actually a little lower. Now I would take it something like this. So now we have really nice, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reactions. So this is the zone, which could, at the moment it's resistance, but once we flip it, it could hold as support. So this is kind of zone we could be aware of. So it's really good to write it down. And another thing I just wanted to say is look at the weekly chart, what's happening. Usually you can see at the highs what happened. So when we look over here, you can see that we had reaction, right? We went back down, but we just then went straight up. Now we started kind of forming, at that time it I would say range, but at that time it wasn't really range, it was more like something like this, right? If you remember well. Yeah, but that's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that you need to look at it. It started slowing down, right? And the last thing was always that it took the last liquidity and we saw a really nice reaction, right? The same thing here. It came up here for the liquidity. So beautiful reaction. But most people was waiting for this, right? So it came up to take the liquidity once again with the reaction, and then we changed it. Same here, we saw a nice reaction, right? On the weekly chart, remember that. But then it came down to take it once again, right? We can look at this one also. We saw a nice reaction here, but then it came down to take it once again, right? With the reaction again. Then something different happened down here. Well, something different, but similar situation, that we saw nice reaction, right? We had the initial move up, but then you would be expecting to take the lows once again before we would continue up. But the difference here is that we didn't take the low, right? We lost it. But then we just formed small range below. So this was formed, it's called the failed auction, right? So it moved below, but it wasn't able to continue to the downside anymore. It actually got rejected here, but nothing really happened. Then we saw like straight move back up. Okay, so yeah, that's usually what's happening at the lows. So, or highs, right? So here, what we see at the moment, I wouldn't say that we are finished up here, right? I would still want to see some move to the upside to take the liquidity, creating some kind of range that is not able to break to the upside, then losing it, right? And with some nice volume moving back down below these two highs, right? Or this one and this one, so something like this, right? So that's another thing, but we need time for that. You can see that it could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8, 9 weeks. So it's another month at least. So we need time for it, okay? But at least now you have some kind of perspective on the weekly, and this is just the zone that we are preparing for the possibility that this region could be the high, right? But don't forget that we are still in the bullish market structure and we are still moving upside. So I wouldn't be really much bearish up here, you know. I would just let the chart show me what's happening, because we are still bullish. The market structure is bullish, so we could still just come lower for some kind of more liquidity down here and continue to the upside, right? So that's it. We are still bullish. I wouldn't be bearish at the moment, even though we are getting to the interesting areas of resistance, but still it's level to level, right? So yeah, I wanted to show you this region. It's really important, and yeah, so that's the weekly. And then I want to look at the daily, and that's the last thing today from the higher time frame. It didn't really change. Well, there is not much to say. The region still is here, right? The only thing I would show you here is are the horizontals, right? So at the moment we can see that we are holding the weekly. At the moment we have some new daily levels, but those are really close, so it's more like for day traders. But from the higher time frame we can see that the next ones are around the 60,000. We have 2 weeklies, 1 month, okay? So it's to the upside, and if we would go much lower, it's the weekly around the 41,500. So those are horizontals, and some not touched POCs. We have quite a lot of them, but the most interesting for me are these around the 768. We have the weekly and daily not touched POC. And to the downside, when we look at the daily, we had really quick move to the upside. So I'm not really that interested in any of these, I would more likely look at this one around the 42,800, and if we add the horizontals, it's a little bit above the weekly, but yeah, I'm watching that. So those are some levels I'm looking at, but overall, you can see market structure really bullish to the upside. What you could be expecting at the moment, well, you can choose, right? If you would, you could see something like this, just a bullish continuation to the upside before taking another leg, or we could see some kind of range that we put in here, right, before maybe taking the highs and then going lower, where we could even get here. But even if something like this would happen, we still need to keep in mind that this is still the last low, so we wouldn't change the market structure, right? Market structure still has this low. So yeah, that's it. Be cautious with any short trades over here because we are still bullish going to the upside. So for me at the moment, I would like to see at least take these highs before I would be thinking about taking it lower. But yeah, I would rather take some move to the upside. Yeah, that's all from the higher time frame Bitcoin chart. And just remember, guys, this is just my opinion on the charts. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you my ideas, and be careful with that. So have a great day. Hope this helps you. And if you have any questions, just keep commenting. Right? Have a good day. Bye.